think I'm like freaking out. I don't know what's happening. I'm having like a breakdown in my head right now about what the fuck I'm doing. This is terrifying. This is stupid. I don't know why. I just wanted to do this, and now I'm terrified that it's by myself, which I think I'm realizing some things that maybe it's coming out right now. I don't know why. This is so bad. This is different. This is really different. I'm feeling terrified. This is fucking weird, man. It's not my first podcast. Not my first time trying to be funny. I do comedy. I've been doing comedy for now 6 years, right? I've been doing comedy for 6 years plus. Started in Michigan. I'm 5 years in. Then I went to LA. And COVID happened. Then I moved back to Michigan. Then now I'm in Texas. And now I'm here in my room in Texas with a black curtain behind my head. I'm trying to start this shit so I can try to have another outlet, because, I got all of my Justin fans out there that needed a podcast to hear more about my life. They were like, Justin, you got to dive in. And I'm like, I got you, dude. You want to hear about what's going on in my life? I'm here to tell you. Well, let's start with it. Age 18, I was in high school, and some of my friends came up to me and they were like, Justin, there's a battle of the bands happening. And I'm like, that shit's so gay, dude. And they're like, but you want to do vocals? And I was like, tell me more, And we started this band, dude, and it was fucking legendary. It was called the 11 Project, right? The 11 Project was going to take over the world. We were going to create some cover songs, right? We were going to create 4 cover songs that was better than the original band. Our plan was genius. No one's ever created this before. No one's ever done it before. And we practiced our asses off, and we ended up second place in Battle of the Bands. There was 3 bands in the competition, but we felt good. We felt real good. We were going strong for about a couple years. We even created our own couple songs. One song was called One Life. If you don't know, I'm sorry. If you do know, you're welcome. We miss you. I miss the music. I still listen to it in my car sometimes, and I'm like, Justin, you gotta grow up, dude. You gotta move out of that era, bro. But I still want to do music. I don't know why. I sing in my van I'm in my car every day. I sing in the shower. I sing everywhere I go. I love music. I still love to scream. I was in a screamo band. I love to scream in my car. I just look like a psychopath in my car, and now I look like a psychopath in my room with a fucking phone light in my face. But we were doing good. The band was good, man. I loved it. It was the 11 Project, but we really weren't clicking with the name. So me and the boys, we got together and we're like, guys, we gotta step up our game. So we decided to rename the band, change what we were doing. We're gonna, the covers weren't working out apparently. I don't know what happened. What happened, Justin? I don't know. Yeah, the cover songs weren't doing it, so we had to like vamp up, and we're like, we're gonna make our own music. We're gonna fucking change the game. So we changed the name of the band to Ambush the Sky. I know what you're thinking. Great name. It was. I created it. And I loved it. It makes no sense at all because you can't really ambush shit. So we set out to take over the world, and we started creating music. So we had an EP. It was great. We had like 10 fans. 2 of them were my parents. It was pretty good. And Ambush This Guy was going. We were doing things, man. We performed with Asking Alexandria. This is Justin living in the past, but I'm giving you guys my story because of how long I've been doing stupid shit in my life. Chasing dreams, baby. I don't want the job. I just want to chase my dreams. And And now, like 10 years later, I'm doing comedy. I did band shit for 4 to 5 years. Ambush This Guy went on for like a few years, and then we were like, we got another band, and then that fell apart. And then I went, and then I did nothing for about a year or two, and I was like, I got to get back on the stage. And then my girl broke up with me, and I was like, I got to get her back. And they're like, how you going to do that? And I'm like, stand-up comedy. It's going to give me an excuse to talk to her. And she didn't come to the show. She didn't come to the first mic. But my mom did. Thanks, Mom. And my cousin did, and her husband now. And there's a New Wave bar in Ferndale. And every Monday, it's still going. Amit Jain and Paul Pipitone. Shout out to those guys. Paul Pipitone was the first guy I met in comedy. That was something. That night was crazy. That you go into comedy and you don't know what to expect. I didn't know what to find. I didn't know where to go. I always looked for Mark Ridley's, but I couldn't get on that thing. And then I kind of gave up because I couldn't get a call back from Mark Ridley's. So, but then the girl broke up with me, and I was like, I got to find comedy. I got to get there. I got to go. And so I found New Way Bar on like Facebook or some shit. And I called up, and they're like, yeah, we got an open mic, and sign-up's at 9 o'clock. And me being the smart person I am, I got there early because that's what a good open micer does. You show up early. Got there at 8:30, and I go up to the bar, and Paul Pipitone sitting there, and I said hi, and he was just the coolest guy ever to me, and he was just the guy who knows all about comedy, and then I'm just looking at him like learning. He's like, yeah, man, I've been doing comedy for 8 years, and I'm gonna. And he was telling me how he writes jokes and what he's going to do tonight and all this shit. And I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing. And then my mom met him, and then he was the host of the night, and it was all fun. It was all great. And I signed up, I think, first. I ended up going 25th or some shit. It was about 1 in the morning. We got there at 8:30. My mom had to work the next day. And by that time, I just kept getting drunker by the minute. And it wasn't good. I just kept drinking because if you're new, alcohol is always your best friend to help you not be funny. You know, it helps you ruin anything that you were about to do that day on stage. But you feel confident, even though you're about to look like a total shit face. So finally 1:30 comes around, or 1 in the, I don't know, and he introduces me, and I thought I had an idea of what to do on stage, and turns out I didn't. I went up there with a hot, good 5 to 7 minutes on my experience with working at CVS, which just went like shit. But I enjoyed it, I guess. I was laughing, but I was drunk, and so was my family. But looking back, it was just the worst hack shit I've ever heard in my life. And when you try to tell a story when you're starting and you don't have anything funny to add, it's just like, shut the fuck up. Move on. You know? But you don't know because you're just starting out and you're like, this is cool. But it was terrifying. It was like it was terrifying to get over like the hump, just getting on the stage and going in front of people, and then like you realize what comedy is, and all of a sudden comedy is just like everybody thinks they can do it, and everybody wants to try it because they can make their friends laugh. But all of a sudden you go on stage and everybody's looking at you like, hey, be funny now. And you're like, okay, I got it. I can be funny. I got a dick joke. I masturbate, and I live at home with my mom. And they're like, boo, shut the fuck up. You know? But it's a learning experience. Comedy's been just a roller coaster of emotions, a roller coaster of a ride, dude. It doesn't make any sense. It's like you're living fucking Groundhog Day, and you just keep doing it in hopes that you're taking the right path and the right turn. And you don't know what could happen the next day or at that show that night. But you keep hoping it's going to be good, and you keep doing it, and then it gets addicting, and then you're like, well, I'm going to keep going. I need it. But you do. You need the time, and you got to keep going, and then everybody starts asking you, why are you going? And you're like, because I got to. And they're like, are you getting paid? And you're like, no. And they're like, why are you going? You're like, because a dream. That's what keeps it going as a dream. I don't know. I just don't see myself in a normal job. I can't do it, man. It's tough, especially when you just have so many ideas and you just want to try them out. Because it's like, man, it's so corny and shit, but life is short, and you don't know when it's going to end. It's so corny to say, but it's so true. It is. I could die tomorrow. And what do I want to do if I died tomorrow? Oh yeah, I had a job where I worked 9 to 5, and it was great. I went in and I would sit at my desk, and I typed in the numbers real good, and I clocked in on time, and I had lunch every day, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I had some savings lined up. I didn't get to do much vacationing or anything, but I I had a I had a good job. Fuck that. I don't want it. I can't do it. And also now I just can't do it. I can't. I'm so far out of it. I'm 31 years old and I'm so far out of, like, my resume is just like I've been a server for the last 6 years. Now I'm good at it. I'm pretty fucking good at it. I can remember your order. You got a Coke. I got you, bro. Bud Light, let me get it to you. I got you, okay? Coming up hot. You want fries or you want a salad? I got it. I'm good at it. It's also a different lifestyle. It's fucking fast. It's fast and it's stupid, but it's spontaneous, It's spontaneous, and I like spontaneity. Is that the word? Spontaneity. 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 But I like to live in the moment, and I just get bored really quick. I get bored fast. It sucks. I get so bored I can't sleep. I can't sleep anymore. My brain, like, as soon as I close my eyes, my fucking thoughts are just running, dude. Running. The other night, I fell asleep, and a nuclear bomb went off. Swear. This is what I remember. A bomb went off. I was in the car like my best friend and my dad, and I looked at him. I was like, I love you. And they're like, I love you. And this bomb went off. It was like, and then the light came by, flashed by, and I was like, holy shit, And I didn't die. But the next thing that happened, there was a 1,000-foot wave, and a 1,000-foot wave coming through the city. And I was like, holy shit. And I saw people running and people jumping off a bridge. And then I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, jump off the bridge and end it now. I didn't know. I didn't think, but I just jumped off the bridge. And I went into the water and I hit it. And I was, I was trying to die. And then I woke up. That's not good. I don't think that's good. It's not a good sign. Either I'm a fucking prophecy and I can see into the fucking future, or I'm just losing it a little bit. Just losing it a little bit. I don't know. I'm stressed out, man. I'm stressed out always to the fucking max. This is good. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I finally pulled the trigger. It's late, but these thoughts were going in my head, and then I started it, and I blanked out. I was terrified. I don't know what to do. And I don't even know what this podcast is. I don't know if this will air. I don't know if people will ever see this. Maybe it will be on my deathbed, and everybody can laugh at it and like, look at him trying, shit like that. Should have got a job, Which is so fucking, the thing with jobs, man, and job security and health insurance and the fear that we are fucking put into in this world, it's depressing. It's depressing. You want to go chase your dreams, right? And people shit on it. It's wild. It is so wild for somebody to have a dream and go chase that dream. And people look at you like you're crazy. Why are you going to do that, man? Well, because I don't want to be, I want to experience more than a fucking clock, punch in, punch out. I get a vacation once a week, dude. I mean, once a year. Once a year. Thank you. Yeah. It's paid. Fuck yeah. Just give us 51 weeks of your life and you can get 1 week paid. You can go to like Ohio and go to Cedar Point. What? Fuck that. It's sad. It's really sad when, you know, that's how we were raised and that's how we were brought up. You get to get a job. Because it's easy. You can get a job. Go get a job. Go get a paycheck. Do it. You can be safe. Or you can try to live a little, start living a dream, and even though the dream is fucking losing your mind, which sucks because the dream, it's supposed to be a dream, and they call it a dream because it is a dream. It is so damn hard to grasp what you're doing, like as a dream, like trying to make this a living. It's mind-blowing. So many people are trying it. So many people are failing. Can't give up. If I give up now, it's like a waste of time. But back to chasing a dream, it's like, yeah, everybody was like, hey, man, go to college, get a job. And then I got in a band, and then things changed, and I loved it. And I was just like, I was craving it. I wanted it. I still miss it to this day. But now I'm on stage doing comedy, which is great. And I'm deep into it. And I'm only 6 years in, but I'm deep into it, man. I'm deep. I moved to 3 states in a year. It's just going so fast. And then it seems like you're doing nothing. I always look like I'm always like, gee, I'm not doing shit, even though I am doing shit. The way that my brain works, it's just like I always need more. I want more. And if I'm not doing enough, it feels like I'm failing, which is so bad. But apparently it's a thing in people like me's thought processes. It's a problem. It's not good. It's not good a thing to have. Always want more. You can never settle. Which is not also a bad thing. You always want bigger and better things, and that's why you get superstars. Because you're always thriving and always moving on to the next thing. But sometimes when the shit's moving too fast and you can't figure out what you're doing, you probably got to step back. And you probably got to step back and rethink what the fuck you're doing. Which is what I've been going through lately a lot. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't. And I'm doing what I'm trying to do, which is a good thing. So. But for some reason, it just feels like it just keeps slipping. Is this a cry for help? Is this... I don't know. I don't know what the next thing is to do. And it's like I keep thinking I'm doing the right thing and I'm performing as much as I can. Am I not reaching out enough? Probably. Probably not. I'm probably not. And the thing that I'm realizing is that I keep putting myself into a box or a shadow where I'm holding myself back, waiting for shit to happen, and I need to just do it myself. I know people are probably like, yeah, obviously, idiot. But sometimes you just don't realize it, and you make things seem the way that they seem, but they're not that. You know? And I'm realizing that I'm holding myself back just from not doing it because I'm looking at it from a different way, because I'm wanting it one way and I can't get it that way. So I just stop, I just break down, or there's too many things going on, so I just overload myself and my thought process and I stop. I stop, but the thoughts keep going, which is not good. Because then you just sit there and you fucking think. Then you fucking think. You keep thinking, and shit doesn't get done. And it just stays that way. So I guess today, maybe it's a change for the better. You know? This is a good sign that I'm sitting here doing this. It took me, I don't know how long to start it, but I'm doing it. Which is the thing that I think over this whole year, this past year, 2020 to now 2021, has taught me a lot about doing, like being about it instead of talking about it. And I guess I have been failing myself on that end. I'm doing it, but I feel like I want to be doing more. And I don't like to have the conversations where it's talking about it that much anymore. Just had so many of these conversations. And it's about the same shit. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this, It's like, then do it. And I'm falling fucking... I'm going against my own fucking words sometimes. I'm not realizing it. I'm just sitting there basking in the shit. And this is like therapy right now. This phone is my therapist. I don't know if you guys are with me on this or if anybody's listening, but I don't know what this is. I know that I needed to sit down and do it, and I wanted to introduce myself, and I'm going to come up with a name for this thing by the end of this conversation, I hope. I know there's a few names. Marcus, my co-host of Real Open Mics of Hollywood, again, check that out if you're still with me. Check that out. Every Tuesdays are new episodes. He was talking about my podcast, saying, name it Justin's Going Through It. Because you're always going through it, Justin. I am. I don't know why. I am going through it. And I realized I could just sit here and just tell you about it. What else is it? I had another name, Justin's bad at life. Because I am. But I'm also not. I think I'm my harshest critic. It's not good. You got to stop. I got to stop. Probably. I keep telling myself I don't have that much love in my life, but I do. I don't know what it's going on. I'm making my own problems. Is that what it is? I'm miserable and it sucks. And I keep letting myself be miserable, which is not good. But I just moved here to Texas, and yeah, dude, I just moved here to Texas, and it's a lot. It's a lot. This year's been a lot. Just like we said, I'm going through it. It's been a lot, and when it's just trying to chase the dream and you're just going to fucking open mics every night, serving on the other ones, gets a little crazy. Gets a little crazy. I want to try to do this consistently. I got to do it consistently. I need to, for my own sanity. Like I said, I got to be about it and stop talking about it. Right? Okay. Do it. So like I said, I was in a band. Now I do comedy. I was going to type on my thoughts tonight, but I decided to do this. Justin's Thoughts. Maybe is that the name? Justin's Thoughts. We don't need to put this thing into a box. Maybe one day we're going to do some crazy shit on here. Like fly a kite. That was terrible. God. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. This feels good. I let it out. I needed to. Sometimes you gotta let it out, dude. Just go let it out. You ever scream in the car? It's good. Scream into a pillow? Yeah. Scream into a pillow so your friends don't hear you screaming in the house? Is that somebody dying? Is some woman getting murdered in an alley? No, that's your friend, Justin. He's screaming into a pillow. He's angry. He's depressed. Help him. No, I'm okay. I'm just going through it. Like I said, I'm going through it, and geez, man. Geez, oh, Pete's. We're going to keep going through it, and maybe I'll have guests on here. Maybe I won't. I don't know. This is good. I'm going to just do this whenever I want, I think. Do I want to set a date? You guys want a time? I don't know. Do I want, or do Justin's Thoughts? Justin's going through it on random days. It shouldn't be random. It should be almost every day because I'm going through it every day. Was that a good point to end it at? So, this has been Justin's Going Through It. If you have questions, send them in. If you want to say it, you want a shout out, you want something, man, you're listening, send in something to me. Send a DM me. DM me something. And then you can become part of the podcast. Maybe this could be something cool. I can answer some questions. Are you going through it? Do you have a dream? Do you want me to tell you what you should do about it? Don't ask. Don't ask. But do. I got advice. I'm going through it.
Productions.